So today I am going to attempt to recover or really rebind my Bible. It's one of those pretend leather Bibles. It's got that soft material on there, and it started flaking off really badly a few years ago, and so I started trying to peel it off, and this is what I ended up with. So I knew all along I wanted to recover it once it started to doing this, but I wasn't ready. So basically what I've learned is you have to take off the cover. So we just pulled it apart like right here, and started working it free until I ended up able to pull it off. And so this is what we had at that point. From there, you've got these they're called end sheets, and so I had to carefully peel those off, which I got the front side and the back side of that done. And so now what I've got left is just the actual book itself, right, which is my Bible. And so this support right here I'm going to leave, but I did peel it apart just a little so that I could add a couple more bookmarks to it. And so this I will also leave. It will be useful as I put new end sheets on, and as well in the back. So that's where I am right now. I've got these two materials that I am going to use to do my Bible, and so this will be along the spine here, and I'll come out just a little ways with it, and then this will be the primary coloration right here. So I love it. So we'll see how it works out. There's been a lot of debate. I bought two separate ones, and most of my family likes the other better, but I found myself being disappointed each time, and so I'm going to go with the yellow one, which I don't know, for whatever reason I like better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get those cut, and we'll see how things go. All right, so by now the glue has dried pretty well on where I glued in the ribbons. You can see it's stuck nice and firm. I added something called an Oxford Hollow, and you can see this fits inside. Essentially what this allows the book to do is, when you have a really thick book like this Bible is, it allows the pages the freedom to open and lay flat once the solid cover is on, because remember, I'm going to have a hard cover. And so I added that because I like to take notes in my Bible, and so that will allow me to take notes more easily on the inside, as my Bible is laid open. You can see, let's come over here to Hebrews. I took lots and lots of notes, and so as I want to add more notes in, I can add stuff over here in this margin over here as I run out of space. And so that's the purpose of that. And I didn't have any brick or anything like this. It's, people say that you can use, they have special devices, so I just used what I had, which were dive weights from when we go scuba diving. And so that's what I'm going on. What I've also done is you can purchase book binding materials. I was in a hurry, and so I went to Walmart and got a cheap 3-ring binder and peeled off the plastic and have this nice thick piece of chipboard. I cut it down to the size that I need using the top and side edges, and then I just cut this to match, and then rounded the corner to match this one, which is also the shape that is on the edge of my Bible pages. And so we've got that going on. So what I needed to do for that was to measure, the size, the height of my Bible, and then I add 6 millimeters to that, just for some overhang. And for the width of it, I actually measure the width of it, cut that -3 millimeters. And the reason that I'm doing that is you can see right here, here's a hardbound Bible. This portion right here, this space, it allows room for that. So the next thing that I did was take the spine of the book cover and cut it down to size along with these two, I think I said already. And then I cut my fabric that's going to be on the spine like this, down to size, giving myself ample space. And then I got the two covers ready for the front and the back. And so what I'll do now is this is glued on already, and I will glue both the front and back covers on at about this distance, and then this happens to be the right amount of space. It's about 7.5 millimeters, like that, and I will glue that on by brushing the paint on. Not the paint, sorry, the glue. Where did my pencil go? I've lost my pencil. Okay, let's do it like this. Alright. So this glue is real tacky, and it dries real fast, but it gives you've got a couple minutes to get things reset as you need. So I'm really liking it. This also happens to be archival quality, and so it will not damage my book. So yay for that. All right, so I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna glue this together, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so here's what I have done now. I have glued on the two covers, and I'm about to fold over the flaps. Control them back. I think I'm gonna start with the corner piece here, and I think that is going to give me my best result after I've kind of examined it a little bit. We'll find out. So just a couple things on the, which cover, this side. When I was gluing the green part down on the back side, I actually put the glue on the fabric. I got worried that it was going to discolor it, and so on the front side I put the glue onto the chipboard. So I don't know what kind of difference that will make, because I feel like it's going to stick better where I glued it on the fabric, but I'm not convinced it won't be discolored. And I got a little bit of glue on the fabric over here when I was gluing this yellow piece down, and so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that either, but at least it's on the back. So we'll find out. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue, and we'll start trying to brush this on in order to tack it down. So don't want to put a ton in one spot, but I've noticed when I've seen books done like this, the covers, it looks like they kind of do this. So if you'll notice, I trimmed the corners so at an angle here. it just makes it easier. So I gave myself maybe 1/4 inch or so to work with, maybe 3/8 of an inch. So I think that's going to work. So let me go ahead, and I also, before I turn the video on, I sketched out just the edges of where the fabric would end, and so I know where to put the glue. So hopefully that'll just make life a little bit easier. Oops, I started on the front. I didn't mean to, but that's okay. Have you noticed you tend to do better after you've had a little practice? So I was saving the front for the back, but oh well, it'll be okay, one way or the other. Okay, so I've got a glob of glue here. Let's get that down, and we need right here. It's okay if it extends over on this side, because when we put it down, when we glue it to the actual book itself, then there will be a paper that covers that. So, okay, you can see how it's coming along. I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I have everything glued down now. The corners look really nice and sturdy, and everything's good and stuck. So happy about that. By the way, I've been using this Cuisinart. Normally I use it when cleaning dishes. So I've been using it to just, flatten everything out. It has just a very firm side, but it's also got this flexible side too that has proven a little bit useful. So I'm not liking the way that this looks. It's got, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little bit of glue showing. It's on the back. I mentioned it before. So this is not the ribbon that I ended up using in my Bible. It already had this green, which is a bit different than this one, and I wasn't crazy about them hanging out together and as far as ribbons go. However, I wondered what it might look like right here along this, and I decided I absolutely love that. So I'm thinking of Bob Ross when he talks about happy little accidents, and so I will go ahead and glue that on as well, and that will cover that up and just kind of give it a finished look. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I will go ahead and after that glue my Bible to the back. And once that's done, then we will glue these pages down to the actual Bible, to the cover itself. So this is actually happening. I'm super excited. I'm loving the way that it looks. I mean, oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? And so I'll show you the finished product when I finish all this other stuff. All right, I have the Bible actually glued now to the spine of the cover. I just trimmed up the 2 new ribbons to match the size of the original one. And so in order to keep them from fraying, I'll just melt this just a touch to keep that. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, so that takes care of that. And we'll just stick these. Beautiful. And And so now we've got ribbons that match. I'm very happy with how all this has turned out. And so the last thing that I have to do is glue this this stuff down to the page, and then after I get this glued down, I'll glue on top of all of it and fold the cover on to tack it down. And so there is a very functional reason for this. It's not just to make it pretty, because as I sitting here trying to get my Bible to cooperate, this right here keeps wanting to slide backwards, and I'm like, why is this not working right? It's all sticking out, right? And that's because the page that here holds it all in place. And so there is a very functional reason for it. I just learned. So, and then I'll be done. I'll show you the finished product in a little bit. All right, so here is the finished product. I don't think I ever showed you the paper I chose to use on the inside. I absolutely love it. It was one of those 12 by 12 paper book things that you can get from, where did I get it? From Hobby Lobby. And there are some choices to choose from. I just really liked this one. I love, love, love birds and butterflies and flowers, and this has it all. So we've got the bird, butterfly, flowers. You get the idea. So, so I glued all that down, and the back side has the same thing. I'm going to put some, what do you call this? Not saran wrap. Freezer wrap. Freezer paper. Right here. It's still a little bit wet right here, and I don't want it sticking to itself. So I got a tiny little tear here, which is easy to fix once I just close it up, and it will glue once it dries into place. So same thing back here, no tears, but it's the same paper. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I've got a few waves, which will flatten out as it dries with the weights on top of it. So I'll use the same weights that I used to stand the Bible, and oh my gravy, I did it. I rebound my Bible. It's something I've wanted to do for years, and I got it done. So, and it looks good, and I love it. So, all that to say, you know, try something new. I remembered stuff from my childhood. My mom had a friend, and they used to make fabric picture frames, and I remembered some of the techniques that she did doing that, which I had totally forgotten about until I got into this. So it was a nice trip down memory lane as well. So anyway, go out there and try something new. This is my first time, and I'm really happy with the result. Bye.